Hello, this is Gavin with WSI, and today we're going to be talking about our blowout-proof ram bolts for our 5,000 PSI dual ram and single BOPs and our 300T BOPs. So we've had three iterations of this design over the years, and we're just going to walk through those and try to explain to you what's going on so to help you identify it in the field so you can see what you have and what you can upgrade to, and if you need to upgrade. First design, it's referred to as Rev A in our system. It's right here. Has a very small gland packing nut. Second design, it's referred to, I would say this design for us started about 2014, 13, 14, give or take a little bit. We're still using portions of this design in some areas up to the last year or so. This is Rev B. The improvement upon Rev B was to, with this gland packing nut, was to try to protect your threads here on this one. So you've got your threads here, your gland packing here. That was the idea for the improvement upon Rev A, was to Rev B. Has a larger, thicker gland packing nut than what Rev A has. The housings are also slightly different, but they all will mount up to the same BOPs. They shared the same ram. On both Rev A and Rev B rams, your ram bolt, where it attaches to the back of the ram, sits right about in the middle. Or it sits actually up high. It's offset a little bit. So that's one way you can tell where your ram bolt attaches here is up above the center of the back of the ram. These share the same rams. So the same rams can be used with both of this style of ram bolts. Neither one of these designs are blowout proof. So in a scenario where a lease operator has shut the well in, he shut the BOP in, usually for a packing change, and it happens sometimes, the lease operator will go and start the pumping unit back up and has forgotten that he's opened the BOP. Because it's a pressure balanced system, you cannot retract those rams under pressure, and he forgets they're under pressure, and he gets a wrench and he can't open it, and he goes and gets a bigger wrench and he still can't open it, and he goes and gets a cheater bar and he's wrenching on them, and eventually, if he detaches the button from the ram bolt or deforms the back of the ram, it'll pull. Everything is still fine at that point, but if the lease operator doesn't understand what's going on and he continues to retract the ram bolt, that ram bolt, if it's under pressure, can be ejected out of the well. So that was the reason we went to Rev C, which is what we currently run. We've been running these for approximately 3 to 4 years. This is what our standard is now. This is what everything comes from the factory with Rev C. As you can see, the ram bolt has to be inserted from the inside of the ram housing. It cannot come through the back side. The ram bolt's neck down and then necked up, and it is impossible for the ram bolt to be ejected out of the BOP. So if your lease operator has that scenario we just talked about where he accidentally tries to open the BOP under pressure and he ends up deforming the ram bolt or the back of the ram, this is just going to sit there. He can't continue to turn it and have it eject out the well. This is a blowout proof design. It's a much safer design. You've got a couple of O-ring seals in here. Since we've been selling these, I've had no issues with O-rings. I haven't had one replacement issue. People will replace those O-rings when they've got the BOP rams out and they're swapping out rams because the well's down, but I haven't had one call of an O-ring failure on the ram bolts, and the ram bolts are leaking. So it's a really well-engineered design system. It works perfectly. The nice thing about this design is it is completely retrofittable on all of our 500Ts, all of our Model Js, all of our 300Ts, all of our dual ram BOPs. If you look at one of those BOPs and you've got a small gland packing nut or a large gland packing nut, you can take this housing and this BOP ram and you can put it on that BOP. The difference here, you can see this is the Rev C, this is the Rev A and B. You can look and see the difference of where they hook on the back of the ram, where the ram's going to catch the back on the BOP ram. And that's one way you can tell as well. What I will do is I have a drawing that I will upload. It'll be in this video. There'll be a link to it. So if you've got some out there and you want to see as a reference, we have drawings of what all three look like and what the back of the rams look like. We'll upload that to the video so you can see it. We're also offering a special not even a special, we're just offering it. It's going to be around. It's not like it's hot in here for a couple weeks, but we're offering a deal where if you have one of our older BOPs, it's probably got to be 3 to 4 to 5 years old now, and it's got Rev A or B on it, we will upgrade you to Rev C for pretty much the cost of the rams. You upgrade to that, you buy the rams, we will pretty much throw the housing and the ram bolt and all the O-rings and seals in for free. So you just have to give us that old set back so we get those out of the field. So pretty good options, upgradable. You can put it on you can upgrade your BOPs you have out in the field. It's a much safer option. It's a much easier system to work with, as you only have to worry about the bolt. With the old Rev A-B design, you should have been operating these ram bolts in conjunction with each other. You should have been taking a little bit of pressure off the gland packing as you work the ram bolt in and out. With this design, there's nothing to do. It's just get your wrench on your ram bolt and go. So it's a very good design. It's proven itself in the field now for several years, and it's just a really smart upgrade. If you have BOPs out there from other manufacturers, check and see. Ask them if their ram bolts are blowout proof, because some manufacturers are, and there's still a lot of folks out there selling stuff that's not. And it's a big enough issue that you should be concerned about it. So with that, there'll be a link at the end of the video for the drawing I showed you. If you'd like for us to come out and do a operations safety training with your guys, we'd love to do that. We do a lot of trainings with lease operators all the time. There'll be a connection. It'll show you how to connect to one of us at the end of the video for that as well. Appreciate your time today. Thanks. Remember to make your connection with WSI.